So good to see you here again, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay. Today, we are digging into why most marketing campaigns fail and how to build ones that actually work. So, if you are a business owner of a service-based B2B company, you're in the right place. And if you've tried it all, blogs, social posts, email blasts, ads, SEO, website, you name it, you're still not seeing the right leads coming in. You're getting leads, but they're not quite fitting the bill. Then rest assured you're not alone. We've all been there. But let's talk about the root issue of why this happens and how we can fix it, most importantly. So what most people think is a campaign is a string of similar posts or similar emails that are promoting a particular offer or a particular discount or a particular price. But the truth is, a real campaign is a very structured, very focused effort with a very clear purpose. And that purpose may or may not be linked to a fiscal or financial goal. It could be something that's linked to a cause or a core message like stop smoking or something or stop speeding or something like that. So it doesn't have to be necessarily an SES discount furniture offer. It can be lots and lots of things. But crucially, without a goal and a message and a plan, all of these activities could just be really like throwing spaghetti at a wall, shooting into a void. So here's an example. Someone posts in LinkedIn for a couple of weeks, gets absolutely no bites, and says that marketing doesn't work, comes to the conclusion, marketing doesn't work for me or my business. That is not a campaign. That is content. And in fact, by trying something, once and then saying that it's not going to work for me is really a panic situation. The root problem, the biggest issue that most B2B companies in the service providing space, the biggest issue that I'm seeing is that campaigns are usually built backwards. Most companies and most people start with, what can we do? What tactics can we use? Let's try reels. Let's try emails. Let's try ads. Let's try SEO. And these are all tactics. These are all activities, and they are not really rooted in a proper strategy. They are, I'm not saying that tactics are not good. You must use tactics, but they have to come from a very informed strategy, and the strategy comes from a lot of insights, from a lot of research. So before they've even come up with a goal or a message or even knowing who they're talking to, they're already jumping several steps into how are we going to deliver this campaign. What a real campaign really looks like, let's walk through the steps. It's a clear goal, not 5 goals, not 12, not several, just one very clear goal. Are we trying to book more appointments? Are we trying to sell more pairs of socks? Are we trying to get more runners to sign up for the race? A very clear goal. Then we have to know who we're talking to. Who's the right audience? Who are we speaking to? Speak to one type of person per campaign. Smokers, speeders, runners, people who wear socks. Then we need to make sure that the message and the pain that we're solving, the message is compelling and engaging and bingeable. These days, it needs to be a really bingeable, hook, line, and sinker kind of message. These wishy-washy general messages are not going to really pierce through the noise out there. There's a lot of comms going on. There's a lot of information flying around. So we have to make it engaging. Then we move on to channels. That's when we choose where we want to say our message. And that really depends on where our ideal client audience, our ideal person that we're talking to, it depends on where they are gathering. So where do they spend time? Are they Instagrammers? Are they TikTokers? Are they Pinteresters? What are their interests? Where are they hanging out? And we need to make sure we're spending time there. Then we need to go to what the timeline is. Is there a specific timeline? Is the race happening on a certain day? We need to make sure that we're hitting all of the touch points necessary to get them to the race on that particular day in time. Right, so I know that there's certain things happening. For example, in IT, there's certain things happening like Microsoft 10 is being phased out. The support for Microsoft 10, is being phased out. So people with Microsoft 10 need to really be thinking about getting themselves transferred over. And this is all starting to happen in October of this year. So we have between now and then to make sure that everybody that we know who is on Microsoft 10 has information to step by step take them through the process of getting themselves onto Microsoft 11 or getting some help with it. So that's just another example. Then we need to make sure that the call to action is really, really clear. What are we telling them to do? Some of those smoking ads, stop smoking ads. That is, make sure that you speak to your GP about alternatives for how to wean yourself off. For speeding, have you considered going onto a course? There are several courses that you can go onto that help you understand the importance and the dangers of speeding. There's lots of other calls to action. Click on this link to make a booking. Click on this button to buy a pair of socks. Whatever is the call to action, it needs to be very, very clear, and one call to action. And then we need to make sure that we are tracking and measuring the result of what's working and what's not working, so that we can have a feedback loop, so we can always improve. So those are 7 steps that we can that we take all of our clients through on the MeWow Marketing Accelerator, which includes teaching the entire 8 steps. So those are just 7 steps within the full 8-step blueprint that we've created that takes our clients through every single step of building their marketing system. So here's a quick story. A business owner that we worked with was doing a bit of everything in their IT business. I spoke about IT just now. And we mapped just one campaign for that client about how they could stop wasting time on talking to the wrong kinds of clients and really hone in on speaking to the right people and getting the right inquiries, because he was spending so much time talking to everyone, and he was getting a lot of feedback that he wasn't suitable for them. But because some of those clients, and most of them, were not the right clients, it was starting to have an effect on his confidence. It was starting to knock his confidence. He started to think that he was not the right not the right business. He was not in the right business, but actually it was just that his business was right. It was just he was in the wrong rooms. And by flipping that around and identifying who the right people were and where they were hanging out, putting him in the right rooms, we were able to develop a plan and a strategy for him to go forward. And actually, he, in under 4 months, we managed to increase his net turnover from by 200%. So we increased his net turnover by 200% in under 4 months. So what do you do next? If you're stuck and you're feeling like you've tried lots of different campaigns that didn't work, you feel like marketing isn't working for you and your business, what next? And it's, this is probably not your fault. It's really just down to the systems that you've put in place. And of course, if you're an expert in what it is that you do, like my client, expert in IT, an expert in sales, an expert in financial services, services, whatever service those are, whatever service you're providing, you're likely an expert and you know everything there is to know about that. And you've put systems in place in terms of your marketing that it's not where your skill set lies, and that is not your fault. So what I want to do is I want to send you to my latest weekly blog. This week it walks you through these steps that I outlined in detail. I'll drop the link in the comments below. And if you want any help mapping out a campaign, then just book a free insight session with me. It's 45 minutes. We'll make sure you get a load of clarity from that session and map out some steps that you can take to improve your campaigns. So, and of course, if you're ready to build your marketing system into your business right now, then the MeWow Marketing Accelerator is for you. If you are considering this, then I will put the link to have an accelerator application call with me, and we can talk about what that looks like for you and how we can get you enrolled in that. So thank you for being here, and let me know how this lands for you. Either hashtag replay and then leave a comment or ask a good question. I will get back to you. If you're watching live, pop some comments in the chat and I will definitely get back to you. I don't see them on the system that I'm using at the moment, unfortunately, that show the comments. I don't see anything but if you're watching live and you have said hi, then hi. It's great to see you and thank you for stopping by. I hope you like my jacket. This is a new item that I bought recently from the first Business Week in Hull event. I want to tell you the name of the lady that creates these beautiful items. Her name is Holly, and she's a fashion designer. Holly Leslie Howlin, and she did this for me, which is amazing. And I'm going to get her to do some more for me. So if you like my new jacket, my new blazer, I'm rocking it on. I'm rocking one of Holly's creations. So if you are interested in anything in introduction to Holly, then let me know. And DM me, send me a message, email me if you have any questions about the accelerator or coming on board or how your marketing can improve. I'm more than happy to spend time with you to talk through any ideas. So let's stop guessing and let's start building those campaigns that actually work. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Have a great day.